Keep your arm around. You want to see the last week? Sit over here next to Bill. Figure you and the chief got it.
You're sitting there?
Did you bring 12 reps out? No, Hunter driver training. Just yeah. Greg are at 378. Okay.
Why are they from here?
They're working out.
Okay. Oh, good for them.
Jim, here? Yeah. Just hop on 12 with us. That's the way to go.
It's nice sitting. What's that? It's like sitting.
We're setting things.
You got it right on top of me, or? I know. Hey, that's your spot. I know.
It wasn't on top of me.
I know. It's all right. I sat. You had it here first. I sat here.
Oh no, we gotta kiss your ass. You might be our new councilman. Then what am I gonna do?
Kissed my butt.
Where do you work at? I know you told me you worked at the railroad, but you go down the street and work down the back there with them sometimes?
No. I'm in Allentown. At the yard there.
We're at Allentown.
It's River Drive, River Road, River something.
Or the farm road that goes from the old Coca-Cola warehouse plant out to Tech Park?
Yeah, down that way.
Oh, that was my hangout when I was a kid. I used to drop my dog off down there, and he'd go. The road's closed now, but we used to go out the Milky Way and go sleigh riding down there. Used to drop the dog off. He'd go meet me at home over in Quebec Street, 2 blocks over from the Staley's.
Okay.
Till the mayor ran him over. So who's getting the award?
Sam Van Norman over there.
I'm kind of a Boy Scout, so I'm in for him.
What is he? I didn't even see him. I didn't know he was here. I couldn't see him, but yeah, I see him now.
Hey, so
Actually, adventuring.
what's this thing you got going on? The public can sign up for 2 days of what? Seeing what it's like to be a fireman?
He's the gentleman to talk to about that. You're talking about the Citizens Fire Academy.
Was it just to experience it?
Yeah, it's I don't think we had enough folks sign up, so we're not going to run it this time. We'll probably run it again in the spring. But yeah, you can sign up and we run you through, we train you on some stuff, and you just get to experience it and try some stuff out.
I'd like to call the council meeting to order. Can we have a roll call, please?
Mr. Ray?
Here.
Mr. Benonis is not present. Mr. Croce?
Here.
Ms. Santa Cordero?
Here.
Ms. DeLeon?
Here.
Also present is Acting Township Manager Jay Finnegan, Township Solicitor Mr. Kazuzian, and myself, Stacy Workmeister.
Please stand for the pledge of allegiance.
The United States of America, and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Okay, we did not meet in executive session before the meeting, so we didn't have anything to discuss there. Public comment procedure. We have 2 public comment time periods during the meeting. First one here at the top of the meeting is for agenda items only, and it's a limit of 3 minutes per person. And we ask that you come up to the center of the podium there, state your name for the record, and then make your comments. The second time is towards the end of the meeting, then we have another period where you can speak on either agenda or non-agenda item, and it's the same procedure. All right, so do we have somebody who has public comment to make?
We're going to move the honor of Samuel Van Norman. I'll make a motion to move that, have a public comment.
Second.
Okay, we can do that.
I mean, that's what the man was suggesting in the email.
Well, when we do read your email, can you read?
It's up to you. Okay, so can we have a roll call to move the agenda item up?
Ms. Ray?
Yes.
Mr. Benonis?
Yes.
Ms. Octof Cordero? Yes. Mr. Carochi?
Yes.
Ms. De Leon?
Yes.
Motion passes 5-0.
Okay, so we have a resolution tonight to honor one of our special citizens in our township, who was our junior council member this year. So it's resolution 61, 2025, honoring Samuel Van Norman. So I would like to make the motion that we accept this resolution to present to him. Second. We have a roll call.
Mr. Benonis?
We're going to read the resolution.
Well, I will read the resolution. And
You
we'll
should read the
have
resolution,
comments.
then you vote on it, just so you know what the resolution says.
All right.
And
Okay.
we
I
also
know what
have
it
comments,
says.
so there's a motion in a second.
Some people in the
I'll make
public,
the
some people in the
comments.
public may not know what it says. You can read it for them, then they'll know what we're voting on.
Okay.
This is how it goes. And even, this is like your 15th meeting, you're still lost.
All right.
Speak up.
Lost.
So this is a resolution recognizing and commending Samuel T. Van Norman for his heroic actions, whereas the Council of Lower Saucon Township recognizes and commends individuals whose actions exemplify courage, preparedness, and selfless service to others. And whereas Samuel T. Van Norman, a senior at Saucon Valley High School, has been an active member of the community. He has served as a junior council member with Lower Saucon Township for the past 3 years and volunteers with Lower Saucon Fire Rescue. And whereas Sam is an active member of Mincy Trails Council in Pennsylvania, he began his scouting journey in Den 349 as a Cub Scout and is now working toward earning his Eagle Scout rank in Troop 311. He serves as president of Crew 940, is a member of Crew 311, and is a proud member of the Order of the Arrow, Wittotsonen Lodge number 44, I probably butchered that name, sorry. And whereas Sam attended a National Scouting Leadership Conference at Philmont, the National Training Center for Scouting America in New Mexico during the summer of 2025. And whereas during the conference, Sam responded without hesitation when a man collapsed in the parking lot and was found unresponsive, without a pulse, and not breathing. And whereas relying upon his cardiopulmonary resuscitation, CPR, and automated external defibrillator, AED training, Sam immediately began chest compressions, organized bystanders to assist, and correctly applied an AED, administering life-saving care through 5 rounds of CPR until the individual's pulse and breathing were restored. And whereas Sam's courage, composure, and leadership in a moment of crisis exemplify the highest ideals of scouting and reflect the values of the Saucon Valley community, and whereas Sam's quick actions and training embody the highest qualities of citizenship, they directly saved a life and serve as an inspiration to his peers, his community, and all who hear his story. Now therefore, the Council of Lower Saucon Township, Laura Ray President, Victoria Octof Cordero Vice President, Jason Benonis, Thomas Carochi, and Priscilla De Leon Council members, do hereby commend and honor Sam for his heroic actions and express gratitude for his courage on behalf of Lower Saucon Township. and this is adopted and enacted this 3rd day of September 2025. So I will go around and let everybody make their comments, and then we will present this to you. So, Jason, do you want to start?
Sure. Well, first of all, I want to say congratulations. This is well deserved. I got word of this, and I asked the township manager to put this together to recognize you. What you did in New Mexico is tremendous. You relied upon your skills and your training. You reacted. You saved a person's life, and you know, for your young age to have done that is even more remarkable. Your family should be proud of you. The community is proud of you. We need more good citizens like you in this world. Thank you for what you've done. You're destined for great things. I'm happy to have you here as a junior council member for a number of years. I know that the school district is happy to have you, and I think that they're going to be recognizing you as well. And it's very well deserved. So thank you for what you've done. I'm sure the family's very happy with the gentleman that you saved, and our community is very happy to have somebody like you here.
Tom?
Sam, thank you. The community is fortunate to have you as a student, a scout, and a volunteer with our fire services. You know, thank you for all of your services. And I want to also congratulate, is your father here? Father here? Congratulations on raising, and your mother? Congratulations on raising such a fine young man, and the community is lucky to have him. Thank you very much.
Priscilla?
Yes, well, first of all, Sam, you're an asset to our community. I had several words with you out in the hallway, and I'm so proud of you for what you've done, and you know, you're just that shining star in our community for others to imitate and, you know, be a role model. And congratulations to your parents too for to help make that happen. So I wish you all the best and wherever you're going, because it's going to be a good ride.
Victoria?
Thank you. I'll just echo what everybody else has said. I want to thank Mr. Bonokas for bringing this to our attention. I did get to see the Panther Spotlight and had an opportunity to hear what you had to say during that interview. And I think it reinforces the tremendous person that you are and all that you do, the selfless things in volunteering for our fire department. Your leadership, I've watched you over the last year as a junior councilman, and I thought what you provided to us was very insightful and had many attributes of leadership. But this one is above all of those things. If you could even imagine that, to be in a situation as a young man as you are and know how to instruct other adults on what to do, getting AED and CPR training. The class is very, I don't want to say mundane, but it's not the same as actually living an experience where you have to administer that type of service. And I think the world is very happy to have you, and I'm proud to just have the opportunity to get to know you. So thank you very much. Congratulations to your family. And I hope that you stay in Lower Saucon so we can see you as a leader in the future.
All right, and first I would like to also acknowledge Sam's parents, because I think that has a lot to do with, guiding children to how to be a good human being. You've done a great job. We are very honored and happy to have Sam as a resident here and a citizen. He's done so many great things here, and we appreciate all his hard work and efforts that he does here. You're an outstanding citizen. So thank you very much. And we have a certificate for you and photos and all that good fun stuff. So now we can take a roll call for the motion.
Second.
I thought I said,
That's okay.
Mr. Bonokas,
Yes.
Ms. Ampacadero,
Yes.
Mr. Carochi,
Yes.
Ms. De Leon,
yes.
Ms. Ray.
Yes.
Motion passes 5-0.
was, sorry.
Perfect, thank you.
Great job, Sam.
Okay, so now we will go back to the agenda for the public comment. So if somebody has public comment, please come up to the podium.
My name is Mary Ann Gorber, and I represent the Bethlehem landfill. I just wanted to note one item that needs to be corrected in the minutes from the August 20th meeting on page 16 of 24. The person who is attributed to speak on behalf of Bethlehem landfill is Amanda Wetzel, W-E-T-Z-E-L. She's an attorney. She's my colleague at Buchanan and Ingersoll. The minutes indicate that it is Amanda Moleg, so that correction needs to be made. Thank you.
The majority doesn't insist on accurate minutes versus motion. You can't even vote for an inaccurate motion or record. That's what
Allow
we
for
have.
corrections.
That's what we have.
That's why we had that, Tom.
Sure.
Do we have other public
Remember
comment?
the number, they don't care about accurate minutes. Remember verbatim minutes. The verbatim minutes, that's right. Transparency.
Anne Marie Slavic, Lower Saucon Township. I just wanted to correct something that I said a few months ago at a meeting, and Victoria and I went back and forth on something, and specifically I did call the DEP in reference to the landfill violation report, and did confirm with Amy Fouch there that there were violations that were on that report. I do believe that was from July, that I was incorrect, and I did get incorrect information. I want to publicly make a statement that I was incorrect. And she did say that the violations did not have to come off, but she did confirm the violations were not new. She said they were old. She also let me know that as of the new report that she was working on, that there were 2 violations that were removed. So, thank you very much.
Somehow that information never makes it out of Victoria's mouth.
Okay, do we have more public
It's
comment?
about misinformation.
Yeah, truth doesn't matter.
The truth doesn't come out of her mouth. All lies.
Okay, so there's no other public comment. We're going to move on to.
No, there's one right here.
Well, he has to come up to the
He
podium.
is. What do you think he's doing?
Can't wait to try to move a meeting.
He doesn't move as fast. We hold that against him.
So I was just trying to get my thoughts together on this agenda, and when you moved it, I could only laugh heartily, because obviously certain people either just don't pay attention to anything or have no idea what's going on. So I find that unbelievable. What I wanted to say though, before I start anything else, is Sam Van Norman. Here in this day and age, when we hear so much on the news and the radio about youth who go out and shoot people and do dastardly things, here's a person, I don't know him really, and he's gone out and he's saved this person's life. How many people can say that? Maybe 1 in 1,000? I'm not talking about hospital doctors, et cetera, et cetera. I'm talking about young people who are superstars and do these things. And I think Laura said, he's a product of his family. And I was talking to him here a few minutes ago, and yes, his uncle's in the service, he's in the airport, on and on. These are the kind of leaders who lead people. They're not followers, they're not told how to do, what to do, they know what to do, because they've learned it from existence on this planet and seeing what was right and doing what was right. So he's commended, and his parents are even more so. That's what I had to say on that. Now, in terms of the agenda, I see there are a few things here one of which is about a meeting in the park or something like that. And all I can think of is, wow, this used to be an American tradition where people would get together, whether it was around the tail end of a train with a candidate on it or whatever, the old soapbox thing. And to me, I think this is fantastic. And these ought to be more prevalent. The only thing that, of course, concerns me is that it be orderly and all of that. So I think that's really important. And it said something about, you know, maybe noise or something. To me, it's Saturday afternoon from around noontime, and the bottom line is that's of no consequence to me. Much more important, and I see WFMZ tonight had a piece on about the candidates. You know, we don't get to see the candidates anymore except on television, which tends to lean one way. And really, it ought to be both ways. We ought to have all options to interact with these candidates who are available at such a function as this. And I have to applaud this, and I certainly support it. The more that people know about the candidates, the better off we're all going to be. And anybody that supports free speech should be supporting this. Anybody that does not support free speech and time limits, the way some on this council have done, should be removed. Thank you.
You're welcome. Can we have anybody else for public comment? All right, seeing none, we're gonna move on. Item 4A is easement and settlement agreement with UGI. So we had documents to review, easement and settlement agreement prepared by UGI for their project along Eastern Road. The easement is applicable to township-owned property, which is the Eastern Road ball fields. So I'll start and make the motion to approve and execute the easement and settlement agreement between UGI Utilities and the township.
I'll second that.
Madam President, representatives of UGI are here, should you want to have them say anything?
Oh, okay.
You can come to the table.
Yeah, if you want to come up and speak.
Come up to the table.
You can both come out.
Why not?
You can either stand or sit at the table here and turn on the microphone on the table.
Good afternoon. My name is Chris Arndt, the engineer for UGI projects.
Mary Kirky, I am a right-of-way administrator with our land department. So I did prepare these documents for you. I think we're more so here today in case you have any questions moving on our project.
Can you speak in the microphone?
Can you just maybe give an overview of what's going on with the UGI? Is this like replacement or upgrade or new?
Yeah, it's a upgrade and replacement of the existing facilities that run along Easton Road. We're replacing it with newer material that we can be operating at the same pressure that the lines are already at. We're basically putting in a new line to remove 2 existing lines in the area because they are aging facilities. And again, we're just upgrading our system to further capacity and safety of the township.
How old's the system now?
I don't have exact dates on top of my head, but typically the useful life for our system is 50 years. So it's getting towards the end of that.
I have 2 questions. With regard to the location of this, is this something that is not within the Eastern Road cart path itself? It's adjacent to it?
Correct. So we are taking a small detour off of public right of way. So this easement is on property owned by the township on Easton Road.
Yeah, which is the Eastern Road ball field, as I understand it, right?
Yes.
So the proposed activity here, is that going to disrupt any of the new construction that took place at the Eastern Road ball field? In other words, there was a parking lot that was built there and some stormwater management facilities and things like that?
No, so nothing should be disturbed in that fashion, and if anything is disturbed, as our right-of-way agreement states, we are responsible to replace in kind.
Sure.
Yeah, and I've given our pipeline contractor performing the work, specific direction to not disturb the paving area.
This is a natural gas pipeline, right?
Correct.
Where does the gas come from? Is it gas that comes from the landfill or somewhere else? Apart from the landfill?
This gas mainly comes from our regulator station that's further up Easton Road, close to the overpass of 78.
Where's that gas come from? What the gas that goes into the regulator station?
That gas comes off of TC Energy, which is a transmission line that operates in multiple states across the whole eastern border. So we basically tap off of their lines, bring it down to a smaller pressure, then feed that into our distribution system.
Okay, all right, thank you.
What time of day is the work going to be done, night or during the day?
This work will be taking place at night. We have an existing detour in place already, so all this work will take place at night, so that we're not causing any more traffic delays that haven't already been addressed by the detour we have.
When you plan to do the work, is it going to be in the fall or is it going to be in the spring? I ask one because it may interfere with baseball activities that they feel.
Our contractor's out there working right now,
Okay.
so it's going to be part of that same project. So pretty much once we get approval with the township and a couple of permitting aspects from PennDOT, we'll actually get on this work right away. That way we'll be kind of done before this winter.
Did you say that, when you said before this winter, do you mean like the end of this year or sometime next year? I'm just curious because I know there's a lot of work being done on Easton Road. We have a lot of questions about it. This is part of that. I get it. I just curious for the residents' sake when they can expect, the whole project.
The construction of the project is planned to be finished up around the end of October. Final road restoration will most likely take place in the spring, but we will be repairing the road as we have been on other sections of Easton Road, using hot patch, 6-foot overlay, and keep it in a good enough condition that it will survive over the winter without causing any issues to motorists. And then the final restoration with the PennDOT requirements of 1-foot cutback, mill and overlay of a lane or entire cartway, depending on the areas that we perform next spring.
Just, I know it's not exactly related to this, but I've seen in other areas when UGI was doing replacements of their pipeline, their gas pipes to different residential homes in the city of Bethlehem, and that they had to cut the trench and then they repaved over top of it, but it was uneven and very, very bumpy for any motorist that was going over it. Is there any discussion with PennDOT about how they can coordinate making that? So I'm hopeful to envision something different than that, where there's a big line going down Easton Road that's not exactly in line with what's pavement's there, and people complaining about bumps and the rut in the uneven surface.
Yeah, unfortunately, that is a part of the construction. Just the trench will settle over time. We try our best to manage that, and the PennDOT inspector has come out and redo a couple of sections of the roadway. So he's not happy with the quality of the pavement. So we are working with PennDOT directly. We have an inspector that watches our crews and the restoration. So we're following PennDOT directions as well as we can.
Okay, thank you.
Priscilla, do you have any questions down there?
Everybody's pretty much asking a question, so they
Yeah.
have.
I think I have any additional questions myself.
Make a motion to approve the easement
I
settlement agreement
made
with
the
UGI.
motion.
Second.
There's a
I
motion
made
made
the
on the floor
motion.
already.
Yes, I did.
I thought there was a motion on the floor already.
Correct.
There was second.
No, I
It
seconded.
was
More than a
seconded.
motion on the floor.
Priscilla, you can have that second. I know it's really
I
important.
made it and it was
You
seconded.
can have that
We
second.
can have
There
the
you
roll
go.
call.
You got it.
Let's have the roll call.
Ms. Alcott Cordero?
Yes.
Mr. Carochi?
Yes.
Ms. De Leon?
Yes.
Ms. Ray?
Yes.
Mr. Canonis?
Yes.
Motion passes 5-0.
Thank you for your time today.
Thank you.
Very easy.
Thank you.
All right, and the next item on the agenda is 5A. It's pavilion rental request for amplified sound. Council, We'll consider the request for amplified sound during an event to be held at Town Hall Park on Saturday, September 6th. And we've got different pieces of documentation. Donna, do you want to talk about this? Because we've got some...
Scully.
What it is.
Good evening, council. I'm here for questions.
Yeah, so...
What are you confused about?
Okay,
Besides
well,
the
so
pavilion.
it was, an application came in to rent the pavilion.
This is political harassment, right?
Well, it's
Yeah,
not
here we go. Here we go with the start of the political harassment. Here we go. Here we go.
So, and for the amplified sound, which is fine, I understand that, but we did get other documents today then showing, other insurance information for a food truck and for security coming to the pavilion and all that stuff, so it was written as being a meeting, so we're not understanding what it is. A meeting or a...
Basically, it's a meeting for, I have it in front of me here, for the Republican voters. There was an invitation list. It's by invite only. It is a private event. I have a food truck coming in, so that I didn't have to deal with food. And I figured that would take care of that problem. I'm having security come in because with my husband on the police force, I do not want to make any kind of contraindication on him being there as my husband and not as a police officer. So that's why I did that. The township in the park and athletic facility use policy states that I have to have all of these insurances in place. So when I hired the food truck and I hired the security guard, I also told them I need to have the insurance in place. I also took out a policy, an insurance policy for the meeting itself, because again, it said I needed to have that here in the parks and athletic facility use. So I pretty much read this and tried to follow all the rules, and that's where we're at. So basically what I'm asking for is a microphone that has a volume on it. So, and the event is only like 2 hours long. I do have the park rented from 10 to 2. The first hour is for setup, and the last hour is for cleanup. So it's 11 to 1 for the guests.
Are you anticipating using the pavilion itself, or are you going beyond the pavilion,
I
like to the
rent
other
the
areas?
pavilion, and as a pavilion rental, according to the Parks and Athletic Facility Use Policy, I am only allowed to use the pavilion, and that is my intent, just the pavilion.
Hope everybody remembers in November the political harassment that's going on here among them.
Well, we're not
This
being
is stuff that
harassed here.
This came up in 2020.
I'm
Excuse
gonna
me, I
make
have
a
the floor.
motion,
You guys have the
I'm
floor,
gonna
so
make a
interrupt
motion
me.
that we grant.
Yeah, here we go. See what I'm talking about? We're still gonna talk. We're still gonna talk. We're still gonna have to say our piece. She spoke, so we're gonna speak. You hear me speak? We're gonna speak. Recognize him. He's gonna speak.
Am I speaking? Am I speaking? I think I'm.
He had the floor. He had the floor. She stopped talking. He had the floor, and she interrupted him. Give him another pass. He's doing nothing about it.
Stop talking, I'm telling
He
you.
had the floor. He had the floor. Stop talking.
Shut up!
He had the floor. Shut up.
I made the
We went to your mouth every fucking meeting.
Why don't you get control of him?
Billy.
Get
Get control of me. You guys need to get control of yourselves.
Get control of him. He's disrupting the public meeting.
Yeah, I started
He's a
it.
failed candidate for this
Moron.
position, and now he's flipping out.
We have to
He
have
was
a
a failed
recess.
candidate, he still is a failed candidate.
I I'm trying to make
We
a
said
motion
you
that we
damage
grant
public
our
property.
application.
I'm trying to speak.
With-
I'm trying to
with
speak, and
the
you're speaking over me, because I'm making a point that you don't like, and
That
that
would
is that
be
you
permitted
politicize
within
this
the
stuff.
boundaries of the pavilion. That's my motion.
You are despicable and useless. May I have the floor now uninterrupted?
Allowed to speak.
Madam President.
You got that?
May I have the floor, Madam President?
Wait, we're trying to.
May I have the floor?
Not right yet.
There's a little.
Okay, wait.
Can we have
We
the
got a motion. You
motion?
don't have to save our asses.
No, can we have the motion so
Stacy
that
has to
Stacy
record the
can get it
motion.
in the
The
record,
motion-
please?
The motion was to grant use of the pavilion with amplification within the boundaries of the pavilion itself, according to our township rules and regulations.
Now, I have some questions, and Jason has some comments. I have some questions.
And then there's a
Before I
second.
vote.
Second.
There was a second by Priscilla.
That's fine.
She needs a
There you
second.
go,
She needs
Susan.
notoriety.
Yeah, there you go, Susie. All right.
So we have a first and a second.
Yeah, and
That's
now
why
we're
we
gonna
can
comment.
convert,
Go ahead.
continue the conversation,
Go ahead.
one at a time.
I'm waiting for her.
Okay, Jason, make your comments.
So this is the typical politicization that you deal with when dealing with these three fools and the Democrats. This happened 4 years ago when McCloskey's came in and wanted to use the same pavilion. And people had a hissy fit, and they freaked out, and they went crazy. They came in here with hysteria and all sorts of theories and wacky nonsense that this was gonna turn into some kind of vigilante rally, and people are gonna go to the streets, and there's gonna be clashes among people and everything else. And then what do they put in place? They put in place these bullshit rules that you have to follow and check all these boxes so that you can just go and have a meeting, a politically protected, a constitutionally protected political meeting guaranteed by your First Amendment. They don't want you to do that. They want to create all these impediments, all these barriers for you as a candidate and for people that are like-minded, and they want to support you as a candidate who would do a much better job of the incompetency that we have among these three up here. This is what they do. What do? You get the insurance because you're supposed to get the insurance, right? So the insurance is in place, right? You did what you're supposed to do. You want to have a food truck because you don't want to deal with having food. There's food trucks that come to events all the time in the township. We just had National Night Out. How many food trucks were there? Priscilla, I saw you chowing down on ice cream. You clearly got it from a food truck. Chowing down, enjoying it. Vanilla, apparently. The Democrats love the vanilla ice cream. The news reports that all the time. And you got security, so that our police officers aren't dealing with any issues that are there. What more could you do? And you still have to come here and put yourself in front of these fools and bend at the knee so that you can get a blessing to hold an event that you should be permitted to hold regardless of whatever it is. And whether it's a Democrat event or a Republican event, it's an event that should be permitted in this park as a matter of right, and it is permitted as a matter of right, but yet you still have to take your time and go through all these things, interfering with your time. What does that do? It keeps you off the campaign trail, right? They want to take up your time and take up your bandwidth and waste your time. It's ridiculous, absolutely ridiculous. I encourage you to have a great event. I hope you have a great event. I hope it's well attended. And I'm happy that you have a microphone there. You know why? Because these big mouths chatter on all the time. And I can see these big mouths showing up and trying to shout you down and shout down the people that are there and carry on like a bunch of damn fools because they don't like you and they don't like your message and they don't like the police and they don't like everything else. That's what they're about.
And that is why I have security. This is a
Well, you need a
private
microphone.
invitation. Anyone showing up who is not welcome will be removed by the security. It's costing me to have security, and I will use what I'm paying for.
And you should.
So
And you should.
if there's anybody who thinks they're gonna crash it or anything like
You got
that,
Trump Hamburger back there.
that's not the
He's
way
a
it's gonna
radical.
go down. This is
You got Priscilla.
a private party with a
It's
guest
your rental.
list.
It's only entitled to you and those that you invite. And if anybody goes beyond that and interferes with you, then they should be prosecuted for that.
They will be removed. They will be asked to leave.
And prosecuted.
Diane Hallowett back there. All right, thank you for having security. Yeah, Hallowett and Hamburger, they could be disruptive. Thank you for having the private security.
I want it, it's a private party.
Exactly. And, the Democrats would have had the police do it, even though private, so the taxpayers pay for it. And thank you for doing that. Unfortunately, you need it with these radical leftists that are in our community.
Jay, let me ask you a question.
Here you go.
Jay, how many times do we rent a pavilion in this township, and how many times does it come before this township council for a vote? Doesn't come before us often.
The only requirement to come before council is for the use of amplification, otherwise the permits are approved.
So for amplification.
Except for special events.
This isn't a special event, it's a private event.
Right.
It's not a special event. Same thing as a graduation party, a birthday party,
That's
or
where it
anything
was a
else.
little wishy-washy.
Yeah, you're wishy-washy.
Special events require a different application, and that's why I was asking what exactly is this?
Yeah, to harass, to harass.
I'm not harassing her.
There's nothing wishy-washy about it, it's transparent. That's the most transparent you've been throughout your whole time on council, harassing this candidate.
Right. It's the same nonsense, you know, they pull, they're gonna harass you, I'm sure they're gonna try and have people show up or do something, that's who they are. Same thing when they lock Jason out of the building when there's an interview for township manager going on. Same thing when they lock me out of executive
Okay,
session.
can you
All
stick to
transparency.
the topic right here?
But
Because
people need to remember in November who these people are, and that they are against transparency. If you have an R next to your name or don't believe exactly as they believe, they want to shut you up, they want to shut you down, cancel you. You know, that's who they are. Meanwhile,
They're incompetent.
they're incompetent, right. Running a guy who doesn't even know where the 4 fire stations are.
Okay, you're not talking about this,
So, congratulations
On the agenda.
for fighting them on this nonsense. It was never like this, but these are the rules they put in apparently.
well,
And,
I will point out
yeah,
that,
like Priscilla got Leslie to do it when, after the cost came out. We know exactly what happened.
well, this
we know
special
exactly.
event policy here that we have with all this information
Right.
was revised in 2015.
That's right.
Was revised 10 years
No,
ago,
no, it
so
was revised after
it's
that.
been,
It was revised
well,
after
okay,
that.
this
It was
is what the
revised
page here says, so
It
it's
was
been
revised
around for
after.
a long
It was
time,
revised
we didn't
after.
make it
It's
up,
in
we're
that.
not
You did
I
make it.
understand you're saying, Laura,
making
but I had been working,
this
I was
because.
working with the manager. The manager, I
It should be
came,
the
I
manager's decision.
hand delivered my money for my deposit and my application. And that's what I did. We had discussion on what my intent was, and he said, fine. And then I talked about it, and then I thought, well, okay, how am I gonna do the food, and do I want food laying out, do I want to deal with the tables for the food, and blah, blah, blah. So then him and I, and through emails, have been going back and forth, or through phone calls, or whatever it was, you know.
Yeah, Ms. Donna, my point is, that's where it should end. It should be a non-political township manager's decision, not these three political types trying to shut down a private political event. And that's who they are. We weren't here to call them out on it. If we weren't here to call them out of it, that's exactly what they would have done, and that's why they didn't. Because that's who they are. That's who they are.
Like I
And
said,
people in the township, voters in the township need to remember in November who these people are.
every
Do not send
taxpayer
them
in this
any-
township who wants to
Exactly.
rent the park usually works with the manager and
That's right.
staff.
And it should be the manager's
And that's what I was
decision.
doing,
Right.
and that's how it
Thank
came
you.
about.
Sorry, I spent your time.
I
Yeah.
appreciate the questions,
Thank
and like I said, I looked at the policies and I tried to follow them to a T, and pretty much that's where we are at. So,
Thank you. Good luck with your event.
is there a vote?
But I guess we have to vote.
I think, I don't know
We
if
have
everybody
to.
got through on their comments,
We have to vote.
but I mean,
No, I know we
I
have
don't
to
think we
vote.
got through with everybody's comments down the line.
Any more political harassment
I'd
down
just
there?
like to say that in the past, I've supported amplification at events up at the pavilion, because, you know, sometimes they have bands or whatever they need it, and I don't think I've ever voted no to one, so.
Yeah, I think it's just our policy requires for amplification when it comes here. I don't think that this was anything different than any other time that we've had amplification. And I think
Sure.
that should be clear,
Sure.
on the record, that this wasn't something that I requested or put on the agenda strictly because of our rules.
Just like you locked me out of executive session and you locked Jason out of the
Will you
building.
stop with the
I'm
lies?
sorry that there's all this like rambling and trying to make a mole out of, you know,
Right,
something
right,
big over
right,
nothing, but.
Right. And if you're really
Okay,
upset,
let's
they'll
have
call you
a
an
roll call.
anti-Semite.
Let's have a
If
roll
you're really
call.
upset, they'll call you an anti-Semite.
Roll call.
You didn't upset them enough to get that out
We
for
need
you.
to be quiet, we're having a roll call.
I'd just like to say one more thing, that when the McCloskey's event was here back in September of 2020, I voted yes for amplification, so just so the record reflects that.
That's good.
Right.
Mr. Caroche?
Forgot to go to work for 4 years. Yes.
Ms. De Leon?
Yes.
Ms. Ray,
Yes.
Mr. Benonis,
Yes.
Ms. Alpert Cordero.
Yes.
Motion passes
The
5-0.
the political harassment was short tonight, Donna. Good luck.
They're embarrassed.
Have a great, yeah, any day, right.
Republicans on Saturday.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Political harassment.
All right, can we move on to the next agenda item? It is for the approval of the August 20th, 2025 council minutes. And I guess we already have to, I do have corrections that I sent over to Stacy. I gotta look them up a second.
I have corrections. I mean, the whole conversation about the Halloween parade doesn't have my comments on it. I recommended a disguise mask for the ladies, and it's not in there. I mean, I make a motion to table the minutes until they're active.
No, we're not doing word for
Second.
word. We're not doing word for word
Is
minutes.
there a motion or something?
Well, you should.
Would you get control of the audience, please? Don't you have rules you're not supposed to blurt out nonsense from the audience?
Yeah,
You allow
you're
to go
not
on and
supposed to
on.
blurt out nonsense from up here either,
Yeah, but you
so.
do it all the time.
here we
Every
go.
time you open your mouth, you do this.
There's never,
Okay.
as the arbiter of the code of conduct,
Free
the
for all.
We have a
Everybody wants to
motion
talk
and a
anytime
second
about
for
it.
what?
tabling the meeting minutes until they're active. And I'll get back with my
Let's have a roll
comments.
call.
I'll get back with my comments on.
Let's have a roll
on
call.
That were not included in the minutes.
Ms. De Leon,
No.
Ms. Ray,
No.
Mr. Benonis,
This is the table of minutes?
Yeah, it's table minutes.
Yes.
Ms. Alpert Cordero,
No.
Aren't you following Jason?
Mr. Caroche.
Excuse me?
Yes.
I'm sorry, Priscilla, I didn't hear you.
I didn't hear you either. Fails.
You just said something, heard you say my name.
But she won't.
What are you calling
We
it now?
need
She doesn't
to
think that's
adopt
the
the
same.
minutes
Say it.
with the
What did you say?
corrections that were emailed by
What did you
Laura
say?
and with
Right.
the corrections of
Were you
the
gonna do
word
it
marker
yourself?
that
Were
she
you gonna
provided
do
at
it?
the beginning.
No, where are the comments?
Second that motion.
Where are the comments with,
You did say something.
I don't
won't
see-
do minutes either, because
Right.
I'm doctored to comedy.
I'm going to comment on these comments. No, but I can comment on the minutes. One, my comments aren't in the minutes. Two, more egregiously, this is another one of their covered up. Victoria very clearly called Jason anti-Semitic, and those comments are nowhere in here.
Did not.
Nowhere in here. Nowhere. Do you think she called you anti-Semitic?
Absolutely.
Okay. Well, he thinks she called me anti-Semitic, and that's why these minutes are bare bones. And it's also, you'll notice, it's always taken months for us to get minutes, right? This was just last meeting. They have real quick, they want bare bones to get it through, because she called him an anti-Semite, basically, and my comments aren't there. And that's why they want these minutes passed so quickly. That's why they won't table them. And that's why they want them inaccurate, because the accuracy is a complete disgrace. With her referring to Jason as possibly being anti-Semitic, me as well, I felt that way. I hope the public has comment on that at the end. So again, anything inaccurate, anything to pull the wool over people's eyes, they don't want these minutes public. They're the accurate minutes public, because they're embarrassing to them. That's par for the course. Remember in November.
It's accurately recorded and available. That's the most accurate you can get.
Here's how inaccurate it is, all right?
It was a waste of time and money having people spend hours on end trying to write every single word that every single person said.
I brought up the topic of acquiring vultures to deal with this vulture problem in Steel City that Priscilla brings forward. I bring it up, I talk about it, and what's attributed to me in the minutes? About 4 sentences. What's attributed to Priscilla? About 40 sentences. So that's how inaccurate it is.
Right.
It does not reflect any of my comments that were made on that topic, and it doesn't accurately reflect Victoria's slandering of me.
I think, first of all, if there's a request to ask more stuff that you said to be in the minutes, as you said them, not as what you think was said, but what was actually said, you can email, just like Laura emailed, or anybody else can email. You can request that your stuff be added. There's a YouTube video, you can pull it. I've never asked anybody in the staff to piecemeal and cut things out, or not add somebody's statement, or include 50 sentences of mine and only 4 of yours. I have no idea how they selected that stuff. But either way,
The entire
the
video
motion
to it.
is to adopt them. You wanna listen to everything that was said? I think I've already said it. You can check the YouTube.
Okay.
No, I have another question.
Okay,
I have
I'm
another
gonna
question.
say,
Another
Jason
question.
keeps saying add the whole YouTube video, so
I have another
in their notes, they always refer to
I'm
where
gonna
you are
transcribe.
in the
I want the whole
YouTube.
YouTube video in there. I want every
Okay,
single
you
word
can't
you
put a
said.
YouTube video on page
You
one.
said transcribe, you know
You're
what
gonna
that means?
transcribe, you know what the word means, right? You
We're
need to
not
listen to something and type it
transcribing
out.
word for word
You're-
because we wasted too much
You are,
time
when you're
doing
making
that.
additions, you are. You're doing that same thing. You're doing the
Okay.
thing that I asked, and you were transcribing what you want in there, and what you don't want, you're omitting.
I
She didn't
emailed,
transcribe anything.
she emailed the township with corrections, something.
I had two words to
Will you share
correct.
with me?
We're
Will you share with
removing the
me?
word
I didn't see them
though.
either.
You share
We're
with me?
removing the word through from page 9, line 3, and we're adding the word them on page 9, line 4. Those are my corrections. I'm not really rewriting the world here.
I'd like the correction. I clearly asked that the landfill stay open in perpetuity as a federally protected
Okay.
vulture sanctuary. And there's nowhere,
Roll
there's
call
nowhere
on
in
the
there.
minutes
There's nowhere in there.
with the corrections that we had a motion and a second.
Another cover-up. Remember in November, the cover-up girls.
Yeah.
She said with the corrections.
Corrections are motion.
Yeah.
Okay.
Ms. Ray,
Yes.
Mr. Benonis,
Absolutely not.
Ms. Cordero,
Yes.
Mr. Carochi,
No, they're completely inaccurate.
Ms. De Leon.
Absolutely, yes.
Oh.
Passes 3-2.
Copy of that.
Absolutely, don't go to work for 40 years. Live off workers' comp.
Okay, we're at council reports.
Freeload, absolutely freeload.
Stop with your rude behavior.
Accurate.
Jay, do you have a council or acting manager report?
Sure, thank you, President. Still accepting junior council applications through September 12th. Still looking for volunteers for the various groups. Finance Service Executive Committee meeting is, tomorrow night at 6:30 p.m. Recycling event is on September 27th. There are flyers at the entrance to this meeting room. The fall cleanup at the landfill will be October 18th from 7 to 11 a.m. Coupons will be available at the Township Building Monday, September 8th. Just so the residents know, PennDOT's notified us that 22 will be closed Saturday night, 9/6 through 9 p.m. to 6 a.m., 9/17, 9/7, 191 to 33 for the bridge, second bridge removal in that area. And this compost center is open every Friday and Saturday through November 22nd from 9 a.m. to 11 p.m. Thank you, that's all I have.
Okay, thank you. Jason?
Yeah, I have two items. I've been contacted by some residents who are concerned about the absence of the bins in the Lower Saucon Township parking lot here. Those were the bins that were used for recycling. Yeah, the recycling bins that are gone. So, unfortunately, those bins were used for recycling paper. And now the township does not provide any facility to handle the recycling of paper. As a result of that, I expect that paper will make its way to the landfill. And that's unfortunate because these three fools up here are the ones that want to close the landfill. So I guess my question is, what are you doing for people to deal with paper products that were previously recycled and now are not being recycled by the township? Do you expect people to just throw those things away? Maybe these people want to use a paper box instead of like a plastic bag and want to ban plastic bags. I would think that would promote your anti-plastic bag agenda that you have that's going to be coming to the township shortly. So it's a concern to me, and I think that it's something the township should address promptly to return those bins so that we don't, we don't pollute the environment. You folks claim to be environmentalists. You do everything you can do to bend over backwards for EAC. I don't know if EAC weighed in on this. I don't think they did, but it's a concern to me, and it's been a concern from residents, and I'm bringing it to council's attention and the public's attention.
Just so I could address that?
Yep.
The vendor who was in the Philadelphia area notified the township that they were to remove them. Every recycling and waste hauler in the area was contacted by township staff, and none of them will agree to do that.
Are we still looking?
Excuse me?
Are we still looking?
There is no other haulers that we could call. We called every single one of them, Googled every single name of every single one of them. The unfortunate thing is, over the years, recycling used to be a profit center for all the haulers. It's no longer a profit center. It's now kind of a loss leader, so they do not put efforts into supplying bins like this. And I stated the company that did supply the bin here was in the Philadelphia market, and they have pulled everything else out of the area. I believe there was 4 or 5 other sites that have, they were removed close to a year ago, some of those. So we were the straggler, and we called. You look at any of the waste hauler trucks that are in the area. Carol called every single one of them, and there's no interest in supplying one.
Well, I appreciate staff's efforts to try to find another paper recycling. It's unfortunate that they went away. You know, I guess that's a trend that we should probably factor into our decision making here. You know, if we're going to be trying to close a landfill, with the understanding that more waste is going to be generated because of a reduction in recycling, I think that's something that should be factored into the decision making. That hasn't been done here. So, you know, as we move forward, let's consider that in our votes, our anti-landfill votes that come from these people, and our anti-landfill rhetoric. The landfill's necessary because we can't recycle stuff, right? Jay, that's what you're telling me? We don't have recyclers that want to take these recyclables anymore because it's not profitable, so they have to go somewhere. So what happens then? We end up with more trash, we end up with more trucks on the roadway, we end up with more expensive waste bills, and they have no solution to it. They've never proposed it. The other item I have that I want to talk about is I was contacted by a resident with a report that there were vultures in the Washington area. So the vultures that apparently were in Steel City, either they've migrated or perhaps they've doubled in numbers, or the word got out to other vulture colonies and they said, hey, come on into Lower Saucon, the evening's great. But I don't know. Anyway, we have more vultures in Lower Saucon Township. I want to bring it to the public's attention because this is a crisis, according to Priscilla, to have vultures, even though they are federally protected birds that serve a very important public health benefit. And in fact, the person who brought it to my attention remarked how happy she was that there were vultures there because of the good things that vultures do, including keeping away nuisance animals that would otherwise be eating her garden. So in the end, vultures may not be all that bad. We've got more vultures, maybe the same vultures. Maybe the vultures move around, I don't know. But I want the public to know and I want council to know that we've got vultures. More vultures. Talking about vultures. Thank you.
Okay, Tom?
All right. Jay, did your contract expire?
No, it hasn't, Mr. Croce. I'm on a month-to-month based on the agreement that was
Okay,
executed.
just went to month after.
That's correct.
All right, just want to make sure you're still getting paid.
I wouldn't be here, I can guarantee that.
You're not gonna get your extra money for everything?
Although it's always a pleasure to be here.
I know. You're not gonna get your extra money for everything.
Your entertainment value.
That's good to hear, that's good to hear. Susie, at the township, what are we in? 5 lawsuits currently, more? We never get updates, I never get anything. I mean, I'm sure you're updating the Democratic members of council, but it would be nice to have an executive session and get an update every now and then. You know, I think you're supposed to be the solicitor for all of council, not just the Democrats, and it would have been nice to have, especially with a short meeting tonight, an update on litigation. But I guess for $220 an hour of your neighbors and residents' money, tax money, and you can't even do that for us. What else do we have? Oh, okay. The library. Now, the Hellertown Library could have any time over the past 3 years put access stickers on the Lower Saucon Township residents' cards. Now they're choosing to do so, I guess, in October. We're still waiting, of course, 4 years or 3 years later for the actual usage numbers of Lower Saucon Township residents of the Hellertown Library. Now we have, we don't have them. But of course, don't make a big deal out of it. They you know, gave the library their $100,000 a year like it's some big deal. I'll tell you what a big damn deal is. A big, beautiful baseball field that costs $3.5 million, 35 times what they give the library in 1 year. Now that is a big damn deal. But let them have their library fund. We still don't, again, residents should know, we still don't have usage numbers. Recycling, now, I guess it's dead. I guess the great Democrat Al Gore told us the world would have ended about 10 years ago if we didn't recycle. I guess the world hasn't ended, and I guess now recycling's dead. I guess maybe the world will end in 1,000 years. I don't know. You know, there's a Liberty Recycling that does full service metal paper recycling center in Allentown. Recycling services. It's open, family owned business since 1972. We pay cash for materials. Jay, was this called Liberty Recycling in Allentown?
I can't remember the specifics, but I'll be guaranteed to check.
Now, we have, if we had something like a reasonable bin, would it be possible for our public works to put the paper in a truck and take it to the full service metal and paper recycling center in Allentown, not that far, Allentown, called Liberty Recycling Inc. I mean, I'm an environmentalist. I know these three are. If they want to close a landfill, kill the vultures, federally protected vultures. But was that ever looked into, Jay?
No, but I'd be glad to.
Okay, can we get an update on that, and maybe Roger's input on the next meeting, if we could have some type of bin out there that they could haul, or that they could at least transfer to a truck, the paper products to a truck, and then it would be taken to the, I don't know anything about this business, Liberty Recycling Inc., but there may be other ones. But this one's in Allentown, so it's not that far. And,
I will attempt to have it for the next meeting, but Roger is on vacation.
Okay.
For a while.
All right.
Jay, did anybody reach out to the landfill for any potential points of contact for recycling?
We've contacted haulers, but I can.
Okay.
I mean, they're in the business of taking waste, and they probably want to limit the paper products that go in the landfill. So we may want to have, since we have a landfill here that's been here for 80 years, why not reach out to them?
Sure.
Yeah, they'll see that. But you know, I mean, what is the world coming to? Recycling's dead. The world will end, according to the Democrats and Al Gore. All right.
I can confirm that Liberty was contacted.
But you did, how are they contacted though? Would they come and get the paper, or would they contact till we drop it off? Do they still accept donations or not donations, but people bringing, like if I had some boxes of paper recycling and I drove it over there, would they take it? I mean, their website says they were. It says full service metal and paper recycling center in Allentown, PA. Now this is their website, their current website, libertyrecyclingpa.com.
Okay, I can tell you that the landfill was contacted 2 years ago and they would not take it.
But they would not take the paper, the landfill.
Correct.
Okay, that's fine. But this Liberty wasn't contacted under the procedures that I was speaking.
No.
Okay. Do you think we can look into that?
Or any others?
Or any others?
I'm glad to.
Thank you.
Priscilla?
Okay, I have several things. First, I attended the library meeting on August 26th, and a few days later, Joellen provided a report like she does every month, and that included all the numbers, the financial and whatever. So if you read your emails, you would have.
It doesn't have usage number for Lower Saucon Township residents. How many books they take out, how many visits they make to the library.
Yes, it does. And I can.
And how does it break?
It was sent to
We
you.
need them 5 years
I
ago,
send
4
it
years
to you
ago.
every month.
You didn't send it to me. That's the other thing. You didn't send it to me. You sent it to Jay. You don't send it to all council members. That's another thing.
And
It's just like last month with the Chamber of Commerce. They send it to the Democrats. They don't send it to the Republicans. Yep. Just like this. The same thing happened. If Jay wouldn't have forwarded it to, we would have never had it. And I like how he waits till the last meeting, right before the meeting. If Jay wouldn't have forwarded that to us, we wouldn't have had it. She forwarded it to Priscilla and to Jay.
She didn't forward it to all
This
council
last
members.
month, I
She didn't forward it to all
forwarded to
council members
everybody.
on this.
Okay.
Don't lie, you're lying.
Out of control.
Joellen, we'll let you speak
I will.
at the next public comment, and you can tell us all about the library information.
Okay, so my next thing is that I'm very happy to know that we have the access sticker now, so, thank you to all those who made that possible.
You could have put it on there anytime during the past 3 years.
Steve, you want to comment on the access sticker, and why we had to wait till now to get it?
You didn't have to wait till now.
The access sticker was represented at a,
Can you talk in the microphone? I know you're using
the access sticker was represented by a representative of the library. They had to take some time to do it.
We got can't hear with all the noise.
Provided
Steve, I
time.
can't hear.
Library representative at an earlier meeting
Tom, get out.
indicated that there would be a time frame in which to provide the stickers. They provided the stickers in accordance with that time frame.
I could have provided the stickers at any time. The Office of Commonwealth Libraries
I have
told me
the floor.
that in the federal settlement conference in that case.
I have
They
the
said you
floor.
could have the sticker at any time, and the stickers were never given to us. And now they celebrate that they're giving us stickers like we're being rewarded with something.
The next
They could have had it all along, they chose not to. They could have given them over $1 million.
Jason,
The
your
next
turn is over.
item that I have is that I attended a Zoom this morning for the Northampton COG. Jay, you were on the call also. There was one thing that I wanted to ask you, and I left my notes at home. But I'll talk to you about some grant, was it a grant or something on there that maybe we could use? Some sort of.
That grant closed and we did make an application.
Oh, great, okay, I didn't know that. And also, let's see, where am I? Status of the repairs to the Heller Homestead with the entranceway and the painting of the windows in the widow's house. Do we know anything about that?
Is this a report or your question and answer session? What's going on?
You asked him about recycling.
I didn't ask him anything about recycling. He chimed in about recycling. I didn't ask him any questions about it, so he
I'm asking the
volunteered.
manager, so.
Why do you do it on your own time? Instead of
Jason,
public's?
not your turn.
The list provided is being looked at to see what can be done in-house and what can be done, needs to have a subcontractor do it. Unfortunately, with the work that Public Works is tied up with right now, it's not on the top of the list.
Okay, I'll be checking back then. Also, getting back, I was gonna ask about recycling also. Is there, and I haven't checked the website, is there some way we can put a little note on the website and explain a little bit more about the recycling and why we have it?
It's on the website as well.
Okay, great. Let's see. I'm laughing. I also like to say that, I'd like to have the record reflect that we never locked out Jason or Tom, and they make these statements, that's not true, just so the records reflect it.
Sure.
There's no cover-up.
Check the video.
And also, there's a comment made about me being on workers' comp. I don't know where that came from, because in my 27 years of working, I was never on workers' comp. And over my 36 or 7, 8 years, I don't know, we rarely ever got an update on legal details from Link. Also, I never said that we were gonna kill, I wanted to kill vultures. And all the recycling information could be found in Jay's email. When you sent us, Jay, when you sent us that email, you covered all this information about the staff and about how that if anybody wanted to recycle, they could go to Allentown or Bethlehem. Correct, Jay?
Correct.
Okay, so I want to thank you for that. And I think that's all.
So I apologize if it wasn't workers' comp, it was
Hey, can you
disability.
get away from the
Workers'
microphone?
unemployment.
You already had your turn, Tom.
I could have been in a coma for the past 40
You
years. I would
already
have
had
been a
your
more productive
turn.
citizen than you, so, you know, that's the point. That's the point. I could have been in a coma for the past 40
Okay,
years.
Victoria,
And I would have
it's
been a more
your
productive human
turn.
being than you.
I'll put my resignation.
Doubtful.
Now it's a comedy
So
show.
I guess the first thing Jay, it's okay if you don't have this information in front of you, but hopefully you can give an update on the Meadows Road Bridge and what we're doing or what has been done by the county, when the anticipated completion is, if you
They're gonna build
know?
it next spring, they've already told us that.
According to the county website, it'll be sometime in the first or second quarter of 2026.
There you go.
There you go.
Okay, so I think that, like, if,
Thanks for the
as we
update.
get closer, it would be helpful for the residents. A number of residents have asked, when's that gonna open? Because a lot of people use that as a cut through from Lower Saucon.
It is in this decade, because we're so limited to shut down.
Jason,
So if it's gonna be open, for instance, in the first quarter of 2026, it would be helpful that we kind of give our residents some advance notice about that, so they can expect not only that they can use it, but also for the people, I know I've spoken to a number of people on the road that they now enjoy that it's kind of a dead end.
Sure they do.
And unfortunately, it's not gonna be a dead end anymore whenever they open that bridge.
But fortunately, the bridge will be open so the fire trucks can go back and forth even more easily, so that's the fortunate part.
So there's, yeah,
It's not unfortunate, there's actually
It's a-
fortunate.
there are gives and takes with everything.
Like the
So-
backfill.
If we can get, as we get closer, if we can kind of coordinate that and make sure that we're doing like a constant contact and notification to the residents and let everybody know what the progress is.
Thanks for telling the manager how to do his job.
That would be
comments, your turn is over, turn your microphone off.
To give my council person report without commentary. I did not
It's not a
interrupt
report, you're
you.
giving instructions to the manager on how to do his job. That's what
I'm
you're doing.
asking
And you did
that-
interrupt me when I had the floor earlier, so don't tell me you didn't
I
interrupt,
am
you did interrupt.
asking that I can give my council's person's report without your opinion or Mr. Croce's
It's not an
opinion
opinion.
intercepting it.
It's not an opinion, you interrupted me, I'm gonna treat you the same
Are
way that
you-
you treated me.
Are you going to continue interrupting me?
Yes, because you
I mean,
continue
that's
interrupting,
just-
I'm gonna continue to
That's
interrupt.
not
I'm gonna
appropriate.
point out the fallacies of your comments.
It's not appropriate.
Tell the manager how to do his job, anything else?
As appointed arbiter of the council code of conduct, could you please stop interrupting Jason, Victoria? And I'm sorry I forgot my good conduct award tonight, but I'll have it next time.
Okay, are you still?
I would like to, but we have a problem here with just not interrupting one another. So that was number one. Number two, we did have a rail trail meeting. That's been very productive. There's a number of signs that are gonna be going up. Hopefully, once they get all of the pinpoints of the mile markers, they're gonna be putting mile markers up. They're also gonna be updating the signs, in Hellertown, at the Water Street Park. So be on the lookout for those things. With the recycling item, I just wanna highlight, I noticed that there was a lot of press about, when that came out. I saw like a Saucon Source article, and it would be helpful in our information, like through constant contacts and through, the website, that, we not only provide the places that people can go to recycle, but also provide the efforts that our staff has gone through to try and replace the service. Because that was a number of questions I had from people also about like what happened, and the way that it was presented was difficult for people to understand. And the news article that came out just said there was no information provided. So, and I know there was lots of information, and the staff have done a lot of work behind the scenes. And I think that's like a great opportunity for the staff to highlight their efforts, when they provide that information. When it comes to the library, I obviously we have our appointed liaison, here, this evening, so hopefully she'll give her comment, public comment, but, I have reiterated at other council meetings, I don't know if Mr. Benonis and Mr. Croce had left by that point or not, but that we do provide the links to the library's website, which provides all of the data, all of their monthly statistics, all of their events. Our website, I think I've talked about the idea that our library subpage not only includes the fact that you can get a library card and where to go for it, but also provide all of the current events and activities and statistics so that there isn't an ongoing question about it. And I can reiterate also that in conversations with the Commonwealth Library attorneys, they indicated with access stickers, the library is supposed to give those out if they're their municipality is within the service area, that they get state funding for, and they're not supposed to give out access stickers if they're not in the service area.
Untrue.
They can enter, I know you say it's untrue, but that's what the
They admit
lawyers
it.
say.
Well, then they lied to a
So,
federal judge, you're calling
you
them,
know,
you're
I
saying that
don't,
they.
I don't
You
know
weren't
what
there.
happened at the federal judge, I know that you talk about it all the time, but it's like you talk about Link giving you, updates.
You
Nobody
did.
heard an
All
update
the
from
time.
Link, or you,
We get
at the
updates.
time that you guys went to this federal meeting, and it, all the secrecy and stuff, I mean, this is a meeting you happened and nobody else knows about it, so. But despite that, I'm happy that we do now have access services, and there's a number of increased activities and events that the library is now offering as a result of the township's funding. So I want to thank the library for their continued work in making sure that we're expanding services and opportunities for our residents.
What are the expanded services? What have we got?
Yeah.
Can you expand upon that? I'd like to know. I mean, we need to tell people to go to the library to get a library card, so let's tell them what the expanded services are. What are they?
Find out.
If I had to repeat every type of service the library had, we would be here till midnight because there are so many. But to give you a brief explanation, the expanded services have they've increased their childhood programs, they've hired new staff, they've increased their hours of operation, they've increased their activities within Lower Saucon to include,
How would hours expand? How many more hours do you have for the $1 million that you gave?
Okay, we're not.
I'm not getting into the debate with you.
You are
It's just an example of the service that our township should provide, and I'm happy that we have it. We also, in fire services, we're having another meeting tomorrow, but I do want to highlight, at the last meeting, we did discuss the idea of having a tax incentive for firefighters in Lower Saucon that's been used in other municipalities. That has been in the works, and I think our solicitor and the manager had been working on that as of a month ago. So that's continuing to work its way so that we will have that opportunity, and I look forward to presenting what the Fire Services Committee is working on.
Okay.
So raise everybody else's taxes and give them a tax break.
Okay. So I will comment on the paper thing since it's a big deal. As far as I know, all of our trash haulers in the township have to provide recycling, and it's single stream recycling, which means you put everything in there. You can recycle your paper. It has to be bundled separately. You don't just throw in pieces of paper in with your cans and whatever. You bundle it up or put it in a bag and place it in with your other things. Same thing with cardboard. You can recycle your cardboard. So I think people should check with their haulers, and that might be where they can recycle their paper. Now, if the haulers are following the proper procedure with what they're supposed to be with recycling, that's another story. Some do and some don't, and sometimes they do and sometimes they don't. And I don't know, we can look into what we can do to make that better, but I think that is an option. It's not that you have to put it in your trash can. You can recycle it with your other recycling. And with that, I think we'll just move on to public comment on anything. So, Joanne.
Good evening, my name is Joellen Thompson. I'm a resident of the township.
You go.
And I also want to apologize for calling out from the audience, but my emotions kind of took me over because I just don't like inaccuracies to continue to be repeated. But what I wanted to say is when in January I was appointed as a representative from Lower Saucon to the Hellertown Area Library and a member of their board. And I know that Priscilla and Victoria were the liaisons. So after each monthly meeting, I send a detailed report to Priscilla, Victoria, and to whoever was the acting manager, in this case Jay Finnegan, for everybody's use. I put on that, I did not know how much further that got distributed, but I did put on that, if there were any questions or anything, please let me know, and that would be, that's how I would handle it. Now, I know that there
So, our
was.
manager emails all of council with everything that.
Why do you interrupt her?
Anyhow, regarding Mr. Karachi's comment that he never gets this information, I have right here, anybody can see this, that just this past Monday, it is from me, and it is to the manager with a copy to Stacy, Priscilla, Victoria, Jason, Tom, and Laura Ray. And on this list, my summary of the meeting, as well as the general comments, the library director's reports, the policy committee's reports, building and grounds reports, development committee, investment committee, personnel, old business, as well as the approved minutes, the link to the agenda, the director's report, monthly statistics. So every month they send these, as well as a calendar of all the events for children and youth.
And this is the first time you sent it to all of us?
This is
The first time. How long have you been on the board?
Since January. There's no hurry.
Susie, you're not like.
Turn to speak.
Victoria, now you didn't say a word. You didn't say a word.
Don't interrupt me.
So, how long have you been on the board? First time you did it. First time you did it.
Tell him to be
First time
in
you
his
did it.
application.
First time you did it. First time you did it.
Please let me finish,
Absolutely.
and then I'll take your questions. Please don't interrupt me. That's very, very rude.
Victoria interrupted you.
You
You didn't say a word, and she didn't call her out, neither did Susie.
My thing, in the beginning, I had explained why I only sent it to the three of them.
They're the liaisons, why aren't they at the meeting?
Tom, you're not here
But
to
that's my
harangue people that are
responsibility to be
speaking.
there and report back to
The
them.
liaisons usually there too.
It's not micromanaging. You're not supposed to be there. You don't come to every single meeting. The council can't possibly work that way. But when Jay informed me, could I please now send it to everyone, which would be easier to me just to add it on to my copies, as well as to Stacy, not a problem. But
That's
for
the
you
first time
to,
you did it.
exactly, but for you to lie and say you never got it, that's.
I got one time, you've been on the board for like a year.
One time.
Will you
It's
stop
one time.
arguing?
One time. One
What
time you
was
did.
zero? Did you ever ask for it?
I didn't even know it existed because no one ever forwarded it to me.
Excuse me, but you get reports here.
No, we don't.
No, we don't.
Give us
Guys,
Give us a report. You don't get any report from everything.
You're out of your mind. Have you ever heard, go get back to the old meetings, have you ever heard about the library?
Did you know that I was your liaison to the Hellertown Area Library? Yes or no? For 6 months, or 7 months to 8 months, have you known that? Well, if you knew that and you had a question, what would a
I didn't
library
have a
cast
question.
member do?
I didn't have a question. I just wanted an update.
Well, all you had to do is.
She's supposed to liaison. She's
All
supposed
you
to
had
give the
to do,
update.
Tom, all you had to do.
All you had to do was to serve it to all council members like you do the liaisons.
But I wasn't,
You didn't
I
do it.
wasn't.
And you didn't do it.
I wasn't
didn't do it.
informed, no, I
didn't do
didn't,
it.
because it wasn't part of my
You didn't
job.
do it.
I was not informed that that was part of my job. I
You
have
didn't
no
do it.
problem with doing that.
Fine, thank you. Please
Why
continue to do it.
Why didn't you inform me then?
Wow.
If you wanted that report, why didn't you inform me? Why didn't you ever?
I didn't even know the report existed because no one ever sent it to me.
Why didn't you question me then? Joellen, you're the liaison.
How can you ask something us no?
Right.
But if you have a question about the library, why would you not ask
You're
me?
nuts.
And he didn't know rocket. How could you ask him to be a rocket right?
You're truly
But
nuts.
he does know I'm the liaison.
You're truly
If you have a
nuts.
question about the library.
That's a totally different thing in a report. That's a totally different thing in a report. We never got a report. Until this time, we never got a report. That's the fact.
For point of
That's the
clarification,
fact.
Because you lied, you
No,
said I
no.
never sent it to you. And
And you did, you sent one. You lied, and said
Everybody, we're gonna have a recess if you keep yelling at people that are coming up to talk. It's public comment, it's not harassment.
I'm an elected official, I'll speak.
You are not here to harass people during their public comment
Harass is a
time.
legitimate.
Yes, you are.
can I just ask for a point of clarification from Jay?
No, it's public speaking.
Because there,
Public comment, but
the
then there's public comment,
last
Laura.
3 minutes was our.
Well, you do not run the meeting, so
I
you
would
keep
like
your
to,
comments back
but you
there.
don't.
Well, you don't run the meeting, so who does?
receiving, the reports from our appointed person on the library board. Jay, have you been emailing the reports monthly to us as you get them?
No. We got one today, that was it.
No, he emails them every month to all of
Not the
council, just
library.
like he emails
Not
every
the
other
library.
thing that we get
And not
from
the chamber.
somebody.
And not
When
the
he
chamber.
receives it, it goes to all of council in an email.
And not the chamber.
All right, let's not have
So
a
whether
vote.
it came from Joellen or from Jay, to say that you didn't receive all those reports,
I didn't.
I've been here multiple times giving reports about the library when you weren't here.
Look like the minutes.
So Jay, I'd like to maybe we get a full printout of all the times you emailed Mr. Bernard and Mr. Carucci about the library.
I can,
You can pull that.
I can confirm that Stacy mails them out, emails them out on a monthly basis.
Correct.
Thank you.
Let's have the
That's
record
all of
reflect that.
council.
I didn't get it.
You do.
Selective.
We'll put them up on the screen showing where they get emailed to, and perhaps you need to read your email. Okay, we have public comment.
Hi, good evening. My name is Chad Heibecker. That's the correct pronunciation. I wonder if I'm going to have free speech from the advocates for free speech up here, or if I will be politically harassed. Let's see here. So, a couple of things. We did get a notice published on social media for the residents about the paper recycling. There are two other options. We can go to Allentown or Bethlehem. I've been to both facilities in my life. They work fine. Bethlehem's not that far of a drive to get over there. It's not a big deal. It is unfortunate to lose those bins. I use them frequently, but you know, they've been taken away, and it is what it is. I don't think it's the fault of anyone in the township. The library. I commend everyone at the library. We were there. I took my kids. My kids are 14, 11. We got books and videos out for the summer so I could read with them. And I appreciate the energy and what you guys bring to the community. They're active and engaged, and I fully support that. Public safety issue I wanted to bring up. I was coming home, and there was a tractor trailer going up Wilhelm onto Apple Road due to the detour on Easton Road. I believe somebody had gotten hit. There was a truck pulled over, there's flashers on, people out on the road. I did get a picture of the license plate of that truck if the police department would like it. But basically I feel like I would ask the Public Works or Hellertown Borough as well investigate additional signage to help keep the vehicles from going up to Cherry Lane, because when you make a left there, then you're kind of stuck going up to Wilhelm. So they should just notify that, and I think signage would achieve that. What else? Oh yeah, here's the fun one. How much time I got? A minute left. So we're going to talk real quick about common abuse and verbal abuse tactics of narcissists who are highly manipulative people. So let's just identify what some of these are real quick. Gaslighting, using denial, lying, misinformation, and contradiction to make you doubt your sanity, memory, and perception. Projection, criticizing others for things they do themselves as well. Guilt tripping, passive-aggressive ways to remind someone of something bad they did in order to make them want to make up for it. Silent treatment, ignoring messages or calls or questions to make you feel uncertain, as if you're doubting yourself. Negative humor, making critical remarks disguised as sarcasm to make you feel inferior or less secure, pretending ignorance, playing dumb in order to get away with bad behavior, victimhood designed to exploit someone's goodwill, guilty conscious, protective and nurturing behaviors to benefit yourselves personally, constant criticism, marginalizing, ridiculing and dismissing others to make them feel inferior, and last and not least, but throwing a tantrum, like children. Raising their voices, using a lot of gestures, and sometimes even physical abuse to get what they want, intimidating others with fear. Thank you.
Mr. Heinebacker. He's giving the middle finger, right. He just spoke about good behavior. He gave the middle finger going back.
The camera.
Right.
Oh, we did that.
So I can see you doing that too.
Right.
Just another one.
Right, what a hypocrite. What a fraud. A hypocrite.
Totally.
What a hypocrite. Giving the middle finger after that speech. Chomp time, hamburger.
I'll bring you the red nose for the next meeting.
Can we finish
Get a chomp.
public comment?
There you go, chomp.
Yeah.
Get a chomp.
Yeah.
Travis Breyer, he's,
Kathy Warner, Saucon Township resident. It's nice to be on this side of the meeting.
nice to see you, Kathy, welcome back.
First, I'd like to say that the website is amazing, and I would like to thank Stacy Werkheiser and Carol Schneider because they did immense work on that. And very well done. And I'm very proud of you, Betcha. It's awesome. Second, Priscilla, I'm not sure, it might have been a misstatement, but the park rental, I don't think you approved the amplification.
Oh, yeah, I thought it was 5-0.
It wouldn't have come before the board as an amplification because it wasn't a special event, it was a park rental.
I have it right here.
The board meeting was like September 16th.
You must have been at a different date because usually, I know that after that event happened, things had changed.
No, I
As to
checked the
whether or not, and
website.
I think the board should seriously consider whether or not somebody using a microphone considers an amplification of a park that needed council approval. I could see maybe, playing music or something like that for a little bit of an hour, but not necessarily using a mic. Just a thought. Thanks. Third, I reviewed the last council meeting minute or council meeting on YouTube, and I was disheartened, really. I mean, I've been up there and I've been out here and I've heard accusations thrown and name calling and the like, but for me to hear what was said and the implication of two of the council members being anti-Semitic, I think I crossed the line. And the article in the morning call wasn't sufficient for me. I just think it was wrong.
We never received an apology.
And Kathy, I'd just like to say the minutes right here from September 16, 2020. Motion by Jason, and it was seconded. There were two motions, but the last motion was for amplification, and it was a 5-0. You can see it.
Shut down the public, here we go.
No, I'm wrong.
No.
I just remember a lot of discussion as to that type of.
I had
Well, there was
issues
certainly
with other
hostility
stuff,
to
but amplification.
There was hostility to it, and they tried to shut it down.
Okay.
They tried to shut it
But
down.
I like
They
that
wanted it to
back.
happen. They had a freak out.
Shall we go on to the next public comment here?
Oh, really?
You can keep your public comment to yourself because Donna's at the
There you go,
podium.
singling out this gentleman. The other people are allowed to blurt out whatever they want in the audience,
Because he's
whatever they want
comments
to
to
do.
me,
They can
just
scream
like-
and freak out, and you talk about adjournment, and you go after this
Be
gentleman, you're
quiet.
sitting there respectfully.
Talk, scream out all
You're
you
gonna,
want.
you're gonna
You don't
get
say a word.
sued, you're gonna get sued for an equal protection lawsuit. That's what's gonna happen to us because you're so incompetent.
Sound louder. The hospitals have a pro shredding company that comes in and picks up all their HIPAA sensitive information. So like, why don't we reach out to pro shredding because we don't know what was in those bins. We don't know what people dropped off. So we might want to go that route. Just a suggestion.
Thank you.
Somebody else for public comment?
Old man first.
That's you, isn't it?
Now, you're gonna allow that to happen. That gentleman in the audience is calling this person here an old man. That's discriminatory.
We're all old.
You're allowing that
Come on up.
person to discriminate against the person.
Speak for yourself.
Age, sex. I mean, do you know what discrimination is? And you allow that.
You may be old, I'm younger than you.
No.
Okay.
Right?
Yes.
Thank you.
Marco's McLaurin Saucon. See if I get an answer.
No.
August minutes. Were they available on the township site before tonight? For the public to review?
Well, it's with the meeting packet information.
That's not the question.
So they're on the public web,
Yes.
they're on the township website to be reviewed before tonight.
Yes. What's that?
Correct, where you look and see any of the
Okay.
information for the
All right.
meeting, that's
Well,
where it is.
That's all I need.
It doesn't get posted with the posted minutes until they're approved. So it's in one place, not the other.
Okay,
That's how it's always been.
no, I didn't know that. I just wondered how Garber got the minutes. And as far as the minutes go, need more accuracy. All the years ago, when Benonis and Carucci got in the first time, and before that, all the minutes were written down. Don't know who did it, but it was done back then. It was done during 2 years ago with all the landfill garbage going on. And I don't know why it can't be done now.
Yeah, Diane Powell did.
Who asked you?
You asked. Who did?
But it should be. Because I'm sure there's people out there that would like to probably read, maybe, I don't know, like old people that don't know how to do YouTube or a computer. There's still people out there like that that refuse to use it. So they deserve every word that's said, and even if you can't make it out, just like the old minute said, garble, garble, garble. Whatever was printed there where you couldn't make it out. But the minutes need to be presented in full. This way, nobody can say, oh, I want that in there, I don't want that in there, I don't like that curse word, I don't like this guy, I don't like that. You put it all in.
Yeah.
What are you gonna do? Go in Northampton County Court or a federal court and take them in and then take YouTube with you and say, oh, hold on, YouTube's slowing down, and tell the judge, oh, you gotta give me a minute. What are you, foolish?
Yes, they are.
They are.
So are you.
That's the question.
Anyway, but that's about it. And don't forget, you can write in anybody you want come election time. And Mark Osbeck still deserves a seat on that council.
Right. All right, try not to run anybody over on your way home.
Oh, stand in
And,
front
so the meeting's almost over, so pedestrians in Lower Saucon Township should beware, Mr. Rosinek will be driving you home.
Food for public comment. Carla.
You're supposed to give your name, it's Dave Luann. I want to start off, by the way, the minutes are not, in all deference to whatever said, they're not complete, because I gave Laura Ray an F for the last meeting, give her an F for this meeting. She absolutely is not a good meeting runner, period. All right, let's thank Jay and also Stacy for no lights on either side of the screen. Done. You can actually read the screen, thank you, okay. How about grinders paper, or how about your recycling? My garbage guy also picks up paper and recycling. So I can give you his, I don't get cut, but I can give you his name. Let's see, where's the picture that we had a big fight about last meeting about the sign? I would like to see it, and if somebody's going to base all their hatred, that's you, Virginia, on that sign, then by goodness, let's the public see it. So please mount pictures of signs on your walkways there that you're saying are so nasty, and don't look at her. She looks stupid. She knows what I'm talking about. And Jay, you were gonna check it, and I didn't hear about it. Croce, did you see it? Jason, did you see it? I didn't see it in my packet, and I didn't see it. So it doesn't exist, but we spent all this time on anti-Semitic signs on the Hellertown walkway, whatever the heck. The picture is the sign was gonna be sent by Jay. He was gonna go back and see if it was there. All right, did he send it or not? That's the question. Vultures, yep, 378, and Black River Road, I've seen over 30 of them at any given time, including on people's rooftops. So, ho, ho, ho. Endless bloviating by VOC. She absolutely gets the record for talking about nothing. She certainly would be wonderful in the halls of Congress to sit there for 48 hours and say give us the word salad again, okay? There's another famous person. You in Northampton County certainly hold the record for bloviating, and it's unbelievable. Let's see here. When you make statements like, well, people stopped me at Giant and said this, that, and the other thing. Horse feathers, that's like saying, it's my opinion. Nobody else's, because you never name who it is. And really, people get so sick of that. Well, looks like that's it. Good. Oh, yeah, where are the library costs? In all deference, I haven't seen them, and I know when Virginia became on the council, she was gonna have reports every couple of months about how much it cost and everything else. It never happened, at least not that I know. And as far as Link Treadwell giving an update, Steve Gaduzian, yeah, don't look up, don't acknowledge anybody, just keep reading. Actually, why don't you go home and stay
Can you
there?
wrap up your comments?
Because the bottom line is that Treadwell always updated us on everything that went on, and that's what started. Oh, don't shake your head, he did, and you know he did.
All right, we have more public.
All right,
comment.
we have more
Time is
public
up.
comment.
Thank you.
That means sit down and be quiet, because the Democrats are in charge.
Okay.
Don't you touch me,
Why would I touch you?
because you're
I don't
nasty.
want to
You're
get anything.
nasty.
Diane Hollowell, oh my God. Are we gonna stop him?
No. Why? You don't stop
Oh,
everybody
yeah,
else.
I-
Oh, you're a Democrat.
Stop.
Oh, you're a Democrat.
Out of here.
I'll sit over
I
here.
have just a few things here, and I just want to bring it to the, as Jason would say, bring it to the public's attention. And for anyone who missed the meeting in August, and for those of you watching on YouTube, I just wanted to remind you what came out of the 2 male council members to the 3 females. And these after discussed in person. Go to hell, you fat ass. Go set yourself on fire.
After they call me
Fat
anti-Semitic.
pig. Will you please stop? Dumbass.
Tell the
Ignorant
truth.
person.
Tell the
Go
truth.
fuck yourself.
Tell the
Shut the
truth.
fuck up. 3 fools. Disgusting pigs. Lying sack of shit. You are incompetent. You fucking pig. You are a goddamn liar. And tonight we got big mouths and 3 fools. So looking forward to.
Tell the truth about the anti-Semitic allegations and lack of apology.
I'm
Tell the
trying
truth.
to speak, stop interrupting. You Republicans are always interrupting. And I also want to comment on the public speaking time. And correct me if I'm wrong, but before the ladies won by a landslide, wasn't it you were only allowed to speak in the beginning and the end? Is that correct?
Correct.
And then you did run on the campaign that you were going to give taxpayers the opportunity to express themselves after each agenda item, which was awesome. But you know how that goes. It takes one person to ruin it for everybody. And I've documented that one person, one time, he spoke almost 2 hours. 2 hours of the meeting he took up. No wonder you had to go back to the beginning and the end, because of one person. And by the way, who's Virginia? This person keeps saying Virginia. Is there anybody on the board named Virginia? All right, I thought I was missing something there. And Laura Ray, I'm sorry. You must have dissed him at a concert or something, because he loves just bringing your name up. Also, do we have any reports on the almost $4 million ball field? Like, who's in charge of that? Who's using it? Can I rent it out for my granddaughter's birthday party? I'm curious about that. Anybody? Well, maybe next meeting, can we have a report, like, who's in charge of it, really? And I think that's it. And people out there, if you're listening to this, don't be scared to speak up. I know you always get the, I'm gonna sue you. They are a little creepy, I have to tell you. The first time I ever spoke here, I came to the next meeting and they kept asking me about, oh, I wanna know about the hobbies you do. You make wineries and you do cutout books. That's like stalking. That was just very creepy to me. So just so you know, if you do speak up, they will be looking into your social life. Thank you.
Thank you, Diane. Anybody else for public comment?
Come on, shake your hand too.
I'm gonna say no, so I'm gonna Move to adjourn the meeting, the time is 8:10. The end.
Oh, yeah, you
Yeah.